Hi, friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're wondering what the F the planets have in store for you in the month of December, look no further. This recording is for Aquarius, Sun and Rising. And for your chart, I was looking at what Uranus and Saturn, your modern and old ruler, respectively, are up to. It's an especially an interesting time to be an Aquarius. Um, it hasn't been an easy time for you guys. You had your rulers squaring off against one another. You've had Saturn in your sign for almost, well, for over 2 years now. It's been there since 2020. And you matured quite a bit in this time, and you've set a lot of priorities in order. At the same time, this was a period of instability in your life, and it's not going to stop quite yet. So there are still some lessons to be learned, and with Uranus conjunct the North Node, um, everything that happens now again is fated. It's for your, it's setting you basically on your path, on the right path for you. How it looks like as an individual level, I do not know. It For some of you, it may have showed up with a bunch of very beautiful blessings, but in most cases, it was actually accompanied by a lot of challenges, both in your interpersonal relationships, uh, in your work, and in your work. So, Aquarians, just hang in there a little while longer. The challenges continue. On a positive note, I can say that towards the end of the month, you will be benefiting greatly in your career, in the sense that some good news that you've been waiting for are actually coming. Positive opportunities in your career are presenting themselves, or at the very least, you're meeting the right people who are going to help you achieve your goals, especially professional goals. For others of you, it's going to be a very easy time to make very important life decisions. So, uh, regardless of what that decision looks like, generally, if you have to make a big decision, at the end of the year, it's fine. Even including the retrograde period. It's just that during the retrograde period, it's probably best. The Mercury retrograde period, it's probably best not to act. And with Uranus still in retrograde, I would say that it's a bit more relaxed compared to how it's been for you in the beginning of the year. I think you felt these challenges more strongly up until including the summer period, but now it's actually less, or at least whatever challenges you had, whatever tensions you had, you're kind of still recovering from them, processing them, and you will get a resolution for that. But it's not going to happen this year. It's going to happen in next year, as soon as Uranus goes direct. So that's when you're basically seeing the true aftermath of everything, of all the challenges that you have been through. And Saturn continues its square. So again, you've been feeling this this tense aspect more than any of the other signs. Um, it's it's going to be over soon. It's just that now it's basically a period of tying up loose ends. And I've said something, and I've also said this for Capricorn because they're also affected. You, not so much, but towards the period of, during the period at the end of the month, Saturn is not aspected, which is quite interesting. For you, it would mean that if you're, it's again the two sides of the same coin. So you're going to be behaving in a manner that is opposite to you. and you're going to be exploring a little bit of a different side, so like a shadow side. And I think that this challenging period may have uh, put you in a very erratic mode. It may have made you stressed out and lashing out, and may have pushed you to do all the wrong choices. So now it's a time to actually like tap into this into your inherent um, visionary prowess, into your intellect, into your analytical skills. So that's where they actually get the time to shine, and also you can become very ambitious. Conversely, if you were very responsible, very calm, and you were looking at everything with optimism, you just might find yourself blowing up for no reason, and behaving in a manner that was uncharacteristic. So for you guys, it's going to be showing up a little bit differently than for Capricorns, but still, it's you're uh, turning into um, if you were Dr. Jekyll, you'll be turning into Mr. Hyde, and if you were Mr. Hyde, you'll be turning into Dr. Jekyll. So it's that kind of energy. Um, in any case, I wish I had better news for you, but honestly, it was a tense period, and I know it wasn't easy for you. I have full sympathy with you. I also have Aquarius placements, and they were hit full force by this square. So I know it's not easy, but hang in there a little longer. It's going to be over soon. At the very latest, March next year, you're going to be completely out of this energy, and you're also having you're getting ready for it. You're going to have a Pluto entering your sign. Of course, I will do a special recording for that. But right now, I think you're starting to feel a little bit that the depth of the Pluto transit, the need for transformation, for a radical transformation. So I think you may already be getting some intuitive inklings on that. You might already be receiving visions of the future, either in the form of dreams or just inspired thoughts that come to your mind in the most random moments. Pay attention to that, and write them down, because they are actually going to inform the theme of where the transformation for you is going to come from, and it's going to be quite. It's going to be bringing in some radical shifts. So if you are not a big fan of inner work, you just might find yourself becoming one in the period to come, and it's going to be a very extended one. Just saying. In terms of areas of life that are being highlighted, I would say that if in the area of work, you are definitely benefiting from support from people in your past. So think of situations of somebody's conducting a background check and you're getting stellar references. Um, some former colleague, former boss is recommending you for a position. So you're getting very unexpected opportunities. Some of them might actually come with the cost of relocation. So just pay attention to that. It's the opportunity presents itself now, but the relocation might actually happen. So that's still a bit at a later point. So that's still a bit in limbo, but it feels a bit fated, like these opportunities and people coming in. And as I said, at the end of the month, you really have an opportunity to shine. um, in any case, you've been consolidating a very positive image, and you are continuing to consolidate a very positive self-image and how you project yourself, which is highly beneficial. So you're basically beefing up your reputation and being perceived as responsible, reliable, trustworthy, and all that. So if you haven't been working on that, December is actually a good time to start, because it's going to reflect very positively on you, especially if you've been hitting roadblocks in the past few months when Saturn was in retrograde motion. Um, something that I really don't like about what's happening in your chart is your house of possessions and finances. So this might speak of unexpected losses, something related to the carelessness of others, or some person that you were trusting with your finances or with advice. It's proving to be um, more less competent that you were giving them credit. So or deals that sounded too good to be true, it proves that they were too good to be true. It was a bit of a scam, or if you've gotten into any kind of schemes, it's going to be revealed that they were scams, and it's just going to cost you some money. Um, and so if you haven't been involved in anything of the sort, kudos to you. Um, but generally, um, you can expect some financial fluctuations. Again, by the end of the year, you're going to recover from any kind of losses, but it's just the entire month of December. It's basically it's so and so cool. It's up and down with the finances. So if any of you are contemplating getting some side activities, that's really great. But uh, uh, especially from groups that you belong to, you can actually expect something, but just make sure that you monetize whatever you're doing, because being charitable and generous, while it might be in your nature, especially if it's like for the collective and doing good things for others, it's not going to be rewarded, maybe actually not even spiritually so much. So based on this chart that I'm looking at, I mean, it's not going to stay like this, obviously, but at the moment, it's not going to be as rewarding as you might think. For um, I don't see that many aspects of tension. So as I said, for public image and career, it's really a great time. For transformation and inner work, it's perfect. Um, I would say just and I've said this on my recording on Instagram for Mars retrograde. You guys have a Mars retrograde in your fifth house of romance, and also for your also the inner child and entrepreneurship. So how this is going to be showing up is basically uh, unexpected breakups. If you have partners coming in, be very careful, and please use protection. With a red Mars retrograde, there's a high risk of transmission of STDs and STIs. I mean, that's common sense in any case, but just saying that there's it's a little bit extra this during these kind of transits. Also, if you are an entrepreneur, or you're working on creative projects, and something that you're monetizing, this is the time in which you might be met with opposition by male figures. So it doesn't matter. It's just men who you are interacting with that you might have like opposition. So if they are your um, target audience for anything, you might feel that it's a bit of a strained communication and strained relationship with them, generally speaking, or that they might weed you out as a competitor. So this is regardless if you're a man or a woman listening to this. It's very deficient in that area, a relationship with men. And I would say that the saving grace on this front is that you have a very, very wonderful opportunity to work on the relationship with your children, or if you don't have children, with your own inner child. I think that this one came up for another sign. I forget now which one. But for you, it's a healing period. So any kind of proneness to verbal conflicts that you've had in Aquarius, you do like the verbal conflicts and a bit of intellectual sparring and debating. Don't deny, I know you do. It's a good period to introspect, basically where these patterns emerge from, and actually to heal them, and to make sure that you become a safe space for your own inner child by the way that you communicate to yourself. So and this is actually one very beneficial aspect that is coming up for Aquarius. So I would say that this is all I have for you guys. Comment, let me know if it resonates, and thank you so much for watching. I hope it has been useful, or at the very least entertaining for you, and I will see you in my next one. Take care and bye.